It's coming, it's coming. Miracle product comes from China. A state-of-the-art vehicle camera is a necessity for every home. Dual camera. Efficient night vision. Emergency log. G-sensor. It comes with features such as a 3-inch giant screen. The Chinese Miracle comes to your home for 15 euros.
Let's take a look at this product. I've been wanting to try these dashcams for a long time. I don't want to pay a lot of money either. I am wondering if I can buy a very simple one and try it. Let's do it together. Let's take a look at Chinese sites. Let's buy it together. Let's try. Let's look at the result together. Let's take a look at dashcams on Amazon. Coming from expensive to cheap, I can see quite high prices. These are probably very ambitious devices. Let's list them from cheap to expensive. But it should have a dual camera. Let's see both the outside and the inside. I found a camera like this on a China site. It seems to meet the features I am looking for. Night vision was also asserted. I have not seen an unpretentious product on these sites. Let someone else say it does your job. It also has 2 cameras. Its score is also quite high. They also give you a 42GB SD card. Let's look at the comments. Wow, someone has taken it again. It's a fireplace. Good display, easy operation, stability. There is everything. Let's edit. We lost at most 18 euros. The product reached me after about 2 weeks. Inside were the main device, a small camera, a cigarette lighter cable, and a glue device. The device is visually as shown on the site. Now I will supply 12 volts to the device using my home power supply. Of course, you will supply this with its own cable from the cigarette lighter socket. When I connected 12 volts, the lights of the device came on. We saw the login screen. Let's examine the buttons on the right. At the top you see the OK button. We use this button to choose between menus. You can switch between the video and photo modes of the camera with the mod button below. These devices delete previous recordings when the SD card is full. You can prevent the current recording from being deleted with the Halt button. The screen is also turned on and off with the Power button. On the other side, at the top, there is the SD card slot. The buttons below are many navigation buttons. We open and close the menu with the button in the middle. We can navigate the menu with top and bottom buttons. There is a power input and an HDMI input on the top of the device. The second camera is connected via the HDMI input. There is a microphone and reset button underneath. These are the physical features of the camera. These are the inputs and buttons. Let's take a look at the menu. Let's press the menu button and open the menu. At the top, we have our resolution setting. You can choose between 1080p and 720p. Next up is picture quality. I choose 3M. I think this is the best quality. You too can choose whatever you want. As you know, these cameras record videos piece by piece onto the SD card. Here you can choose how many minutes you want the recordings to be divided into. From here, you can choose white balance or leave it on auto. You can adjust the brightness of the videos in the EO section. Underneath is the option to turn motion detection on and off. If you turn it on, the camera automatically starts the video recordings of the accident. The next page includes turning audio recording on and off. You can turn waking on-off while parked. You can adjust the G-sensor sensitivity. You can make date and time settings from time setting. You can set the screen shutdown time without automatic power off, or you can disable automatic shutdown. There is also multi-language support on the device. You can choose the language you want. You can change the screen refresh frequency in the flicker section. You can define a screensaver. Format and reset are also available in the settings. In general, their menus are like this. As an example, let's set a date and time. Today is February 18th. Even though the device is stuck in 2023, let it be. Let me set the time to 22:37. I also set the minute. There are the settings. It's a pretty simple interface. We have completed our settings. Now, let's test the device. For years, I was afraid of installing a dashcam, but it was pretty easy. First, I plugged the socket into the cigarette lighter. Then, I secured the cable into the gaps I found under the console. I used double-sided tape where needed. I pushed the cable in between with a thin piece of plastic. I didn't hesitate to use double-sided tape for non-intermediate transitions. I also used the between the glove box cover. In this section, I again received the support from double-sided tape. There is a cloth covering on the A-pillar. You can hide the cable in it. The cable also fits between the windshield and the upper floor. Your cable is in the camera. Let's test this camera on the roads. Let's do a daytime image test. In the main image, you see the front camera. On the side, you see the inner camera. As you can see, the angle of the interior camera is a very narrow angle. The angle of the front camera is not very wide either. While driving slowly, you can read the license plates of vehicles very close to you. But the vehicle must be very close to you. It's not possible to read the license plate when you are going fast. The image quality is quite poor. You can read the license plates of surrounding vehicles while standing still. Here I shoot from both my phone and dashcam.
Telefondan da çekiyorum bunu. Bu kameradan da çekiyorum. Karşılaştırma yapmak için aynı görüntüyü sadece açılar farklı.
Comparing the images may give you an idea.
Kolay olmayabilir. Açılar farklı olduğu için orada da şuradan da beni
You can see me from both cameras.
Yol dürüst
Sorry about the road
kusura
noise,
bakmayın ama
but I want
sesi de
to do a sound test as
belki
well.
hem iPhone 11'den kaydolan sesi şu
You
an
are
buradan
now
kaydolan
hearing the
sesi
sound
de
coming from iPhone 11.
videoya veririm diye düşündüm.
Currently, the sound is coming from the car
Siz de
camera.
karşılaştırma imkanınız olur. Bu şekilde
If you care about
alıp
the
almama
image of the
veya
interior
iç
camera,
kameradaki
this
görüntüyü
test
önemsiyorsanız
may give you an
görüntünün
idea.
kalitesi konusunda size fikir verebilir diye düşündüm.
By the way, the weather is very
Hava çok
rainy.
yağmurlu. Karşılaştırma açısından güzel bir test olabilir. Tabii
Since
şurada
the
benim
angle of the
sabit
car
olarak
camera is
gözükmüyor
very
ama,
narrow, I can't be seen much.
yani görüntü kalitesini etkileyebilir. Hem
Currently,
iPhone'dan
my image and sound are coming from my iPhone
bu
11.
gördüğünüz görüntü ve ses şu an size iPhone 11'den gelen görüntü ve ses. Şu aşamada gördüğünüz görüntü ve ses ise araç
Now,
kamerasından
the
gelen,
image and
araç
sound
kamerasının
reach you
içindeki
from the vehicle
kameradan
camera.
gelen görüntüyle araç kamerasının kendi kaydettiği ses karşılaştırmayı bu şekilde yapabilirsiniz arkadaşlar.
Now, we got in the car. Let's start our car. The camera now worked automatically. We saw the lights on it. And the splash screen also came. When we turned on the ignition, the camera started recording. We are now in the camera's own view. We moved our vehicle. You see the date and time in the corner. This is the view from the night camera. Camera pointing outside. You see that vehicle license plates can be read at a very slow speed. I censored the beginning part. Let's see how it looks like on the LCD screen inside the vehicle. You see our camera now. This is what the camera looks like when shooting in the vehicle. Now, let's move on to the test view. After turning on our wipers, you see the external camera in the main image. In the upper right corner, you see the inner camera. It has to be said that the night performance of the interior camera is simply terrible. So, it's very low. It's not possible to make out many details. It definitely doesn't work very well in the dark or in low light. The main image is a little better. Now let's test a microphone if you want. I want to do a microphone test at this stage.
Kameranın ses testi. Kameranın ses testi. Ses deneme 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The sound doesn't seem bad for that small microphone. I didn't do any license plate censoring because I don't think the license plates are very readable. We are currently moving within the city, in a bright environment. You see it too. We'll be heading out on a small interstate road soon, to a darker environment. It will be a complete night performance image. As you can see the shooting quality, this is an unedited image. I didn't play with the ISO, light or contrast. Yes, this is the night performance of the camera. Now, let's do a test. There is a jerk here who overtakes incorrectly. Let's see now. I slowed down the image extremely slow and I changed it to black and white in the top right. As you can see, we still have no idea what the brand of the vehicle is, let alone the license plate. The man walked away, but we could not get any information about the vehicle. However, the vehicle was a Golf. I saw the vehicle, but the dashcam couldn't see it at all. This must be the super night vision in the product advertisement.
In conclusion, this device is a typical Chinese side product. Does it work? It works. Does it provide you with a service for 15 euros? This is debatable. According to unit, is the product a dashcam? Yes, like that, and it does the job. But is there any trace of the quality mentioned on the site? No.
The internal camera takes worse images than old Nokia phones. There is no such thing as a night performance. It's better if you turn it off at night. But can it provide you with video evidence in case of an accident or smiler? I think yes. If you need to keep a record of my journey while driving, so that I can use it evidence if anything happens to me, you can meet your need for 15 euros. But if you need quality images of my car and license plates of those who made mistakes, the device will disappoint you. As a final word, no matter what you read on Chinese sites, the main rule of trading does not change. The more you pay, the more you get for a product.